more about his comfort zone. Top lane once again, Munkushi now.
The Sunstrike is back up once again. See the difficulty that they're going to have to actually enable the Sunstrikes to connect. But Naga's, it's a bit awkward though. I guess the threat of the Sunstrike is one thing, and now it's going to be a bit easier, I guess, if they're all blocked. But he's not even going to go for it. He's just completely happy with Corrupted getting himself a double kill inside the lane.
I gotta admit, like, this is one lane where I expected them to do semi-well. Like the Dazzle Naga. I think that lane is not terribly weak, especially if Dazzle could play around the Poison Touch. I think one thing that he could have adapted on Dazzle is Boots level 1. I feel like when you're playing versus double melee as Dazzle, like, you can go Boots and Poison Touch and just play around your range and movement speed. But yeah, now it's kind of rough for them. Also, one thing that I gotta say, Naga went with the snare. Another thing that I'm not really liking, I feel like this can be taken a little bit later down the line, just so you make your lane a little bit stronger with Riptide. And then you maybe ensnare level 5 or something.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I mean, what do you feel like is the thought process? Like, why has he gone for?
I have no idea why he went for it. I think he got debated.
Was it necessary for defensive? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I don't think it's very defensive, you know. I think he just got debated, maybe into thinking that they could get a kill with the heal bomb. Like most Nagas, like when you look at the gameplay, they try to take ensnare as late as possible when they're playing 1. Just so you can play around the Riptide as soon as possible as well.
Okay. How's our other lanes looking at the moment though? Tab on top lane, actually, hold that. They are kind of using some spells onto Munkushi. There's some fight back from Dire, and
bot lane as well.
The Toss just stepped a bit too far forward. Okay,
Perfect.
Bottom we go as well.
You get to catch all the kills. Yeah, that was a hook down bottom, by the way, on the Dark Willow. That's why she was out of position. Pudge, by the way, being one of best heroes versus Dawn. Sorry, versus Dark Willow.
Why is that?
Just everything.
What has it got to do?
Just because of the Dark Realm. Shadow Realm, sorry. Everything works against it. You can rot her down, you can hook her so she can't TP. Just feels good. If you're playing the support, Blade Mail is good as well. Top lane.
This time the Sunstrike's going to be on the mark. But the Evoker will hit the board to get involved. Nice timing of the Snowball as well. And the Night Stalker surely will die afterwards. So give him the Lotus and Corrupted. Slips out of danger. But they're doing a Munkushi, kiting them with the Naga illusions, baiting which one is actually real, sending them forward with a Riptide to try and bring Aztekor down low, but Corrupted will now pop his head out of the tree line with another round of the spells that Ryota has, but Ryan might get in range. Yeah, the heal's actually going to be there in time, but the Sunstrike, he will run into it though. So once again, it'll be on the mark. The Night Stalker's going to try and TPR, but unfortunately, that will not be enough. He doesn't have the health pool to escape Munkushi.
It was funny how Tusk stopped, so the Dark Willow doesn't move. You saw that, right? Centaur down bottom.
Yeah.
Sunstrike! Oh, it's still good.
Oh.
He took away the kill from the Invoker.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
6-4. A lot of action early on. Hopefully that's something that's going to continue. We've got an Arcane Rune. Broker might grab it himself or be forced to deny with Squad X coming over.
Yeah, nice little Dark Willow deny. Doesn't allow Evoker to get it as well. Top lane, nice body blocks. Very nicely done.
And Corrupted? Any hope? No TPs, just the Invoker is one available. But Corrupted will be
Sunstrike.
fine. Bottom, Smiling Knight. Coil's gonna hold them both in a place. We'll be able to secure the kill over towards the Pudge, and they're good for 2. Now they want to try and catch up to Ryota. It'll actually be top that Corrupted's going to be once again the target. Naga by himself should have the movement speed to help run down Corrupted. So, alright, your AVULUS did have the kill advantage, but now 7-7, Wisdom timing Munkushi. He's actually going to run on forward and yoink it. Now, he might have this song to TP out, but he's actually not going to have any mana for both of them, so in a lot of danger. Shots and so, oh man, really well done.
Yeah, beautiful combo.
Profitable engagement.
I feel like they made the top lane a little bit harder for themselves on 1-dub. It's still... They recovered nicely. Of course, Naga has 32 CS versus 20 or 19 on the Night Stalker, so it's still pretty solid. I think it could have been a disaster for AVULUS, though. And it's a pretty big deal for AVULUS, because now that matchup against the Pudge might become even harder for the Naga.
Do you want to see Smiling Knight be a little bit active in a game like this where we have so many kills? Or is he continuing? Do you just occupy the safe lane on this hero?
I think if he, as long as he's free farming the hard camp and the lane, you don't have to leave. Like, this is your win condition after all. Like, you have quite a few. Invoker will scale, Night Stalker will scale, of course, but Pudge Ags plus an item or two is massive this game.
Speaking of the Pudge, Smiling Knight. Was an attempt onto his life, but W won't be able to get the correct use of spells.
Yeah, he
game's
hooked
gonna
the Centaur, so yeah, they had to. Didn't really work out.
Packet loss.
Oh man, I'm playing with packet loss for 2 months now. It's super annoying. It's worse than lag. You don't even know what's going on. It's just suddenly your right click isn't there. Like, some animation isn't there, you know, just random. Lag, at least you can kind of predict.
Yeah, but packet loss is a
Look.
different beast right there.
Yeah, basically, you're like, oh look, one of my commands didn't go through. Nice. Seems good.
It's so frustrating, actually. It's like, what the hell is going on, bro? Why have I just got random packs?
They are trying to make a move top. You asked for it with a Pudge.
Let's see if they're going to be able to run into anyone. Ryan currently nearby. Smiling up at the face, but should be able to eventually close the distance, and we'll get there for the dismember. So it's going to be a kill. Ryan will make him waste some time. Kusha's going to song. Alright, so we're using the song to protect our 5, but are you getting out? You dodge the hook. SquadX might have to use a defensive call to get the Naga out. You gotta do something, right? They got the Stampede as well. Snowball's gonna fly. The coil's good. It holds 3 down, and look at the Naga illusions. This Riptide is really causing some problems on the backline. Now, but the Sunstrike will be off the mark. Was a nice guess from Dual Raise, and with the vision from Corrupted, was gonna help them maybe to step back into the middle, but the hook will slide past Naga, but gets the Dazzle. So at least they'll find something by the looks of it. Dual Raise even. Solo kill, sweet and strong. Top lane, we continue the action, but the puck silenced up, out of resources and dead. Double kill for Smiling Knight.
They kind of outplayed them. 1W, that is. The coil was good, the song was great. They managed to just disengage, and then they stuck around for a bit too long. They continued the fight. Especially because it's the 10-minute mark and Night Stalker was about to get that extra movement speed. They could have bailed a bit earlier and yeah. Instead, it's quite a big loss. They lose mid-tier 1 as well.
Dire are scanning.
You might wish to retract your last move.
Big sequence of events for the Invoker, with all the action on everything else going on in that solo kill on the Dark Willow. Top net worth 401. First couple of Sunstrikes off the mark, right? But was making sure that wasn't going to continue
Nice.
with the ones afterwards. So he's got to be super happy.
I mix my magics.
Yeah, he went for the Midas into Ancient of Galaron Aghanim Scepter, by the way, so the Cataclysm this game, it's not too bad because of Pudge Dismember, right? But it's not like some Mars Arena or Chronosphere Cataclysm. Still pretty good, of course.
Right, looks like we should be back underway pretty shortly. Were you ever an Invoker enjoyer? Or you didn't dabble with the mid lane, right?
Yeah,
Was it the one lane you didn't?
Yeah, I played
Dabbled?
a bit. I dabbled with the Invo on support as well. The most games I played on Invoker was when I was playing 2 heroes at the same time, though. But yeah, right now I feel like Invoker is in a much easier state than he used to be when it comes to the way that you're supposed to be playing him. And when I say that, I mean the hero itself is easier to play. I'm not saying the hero is stronger. Just that he got dumbed down, just like a lot of other things in Dota.
Dumbed down. Why do you think you got dumbed down?
The build and the playstyle is basically very straightforward. It used to be, like, if you remember, the different eras with Invokers from the Yules build with Deafening Blast, Meteor Hammer combos. Right now, I guess that's kind of considered a basic thing. But most of the time, what do you see? You see Invoker going mid, playing around Sunstrike 24/7, and then in like a little bit of the mid to late game, you're basically a Cataclysm. That it feels that you're basically a Cataclysm, to me at least. Sure, you can do a lot of different things, but I feel like the majority of the impact comes from the Aghanims. Hot take, I guess.
Hot take, yeah. It's a crazy spell, right? Get Cataclysm and press Sunstrike, very cool. All of a sudden, just 1,000 random damage getting dealt.
Well,
So
at least it's not pure or anything, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It absolutely doesn't matter at all. You know, especially with the facet where you get more exalts. Got the level 15 orb level as well. Although, you know, the thing with Invoker, it's a very fun hero. Like, I enjoy watching this hero definitely more than some others. I just think with the entertainment, the playmaking value, everything that, you know, kind of comes from it.
In good hands, absolutely. Especially if it's played, especially if a different facet is taken, the little tornado ones, not the Galaron. Agent of whatever the hell.
Yeah, I don't know the name. I know what you're speaking. You like that one though? You like the tornado?
Mind of Tornarus. Yeah, if you go for that one. I mean, it's not that I consider it much stronger. It's just that the playstyle is different, right? Like when you're going for that, you kind of have to adapt. You have to make some plays. You have to be a little bit more creative with your item slots as well. It's not Midas Ags, usually at least. it isn't. If you remember the last TI, it was like Helm of Dominator even, so made things at least a little bit more exciting to me.
Yeah, that was the interesting patch, interesting meta we had with the Helm Dome. Gotta say, I'm very happy with the no Helm Dome that we have right now. That was definitely not my most enjoyable patch to watch, I would say.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm fine with no Helm of Dom as long as the heroes that used to have to buy it have other options, you know? Like, there were heroes that if they don't buy Dom, they just don't feel nearly as strong. And unfortunately, I feel like some of them, like Faceless Void, did disappear after the Helm of Dom change.
That's true. That's true. And this is only one of the big things that the item just enabled heroes that you would not have currently have seen.
What lane?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be able to chill, die. Let's see if they still want to stick around. Radiant have a lane ward that they might want to bring some extra numbers down if they're gonna try and hold the area. She gets a tip. Aztecor and Dark Willow, what's going on the bottom right side of the map? Mirror and a Dark Ascension as well, but the Night Stalker's actually flying on over towards the area. They're going to use the Stampede.
He's got Blink now, though.
Ultimate for ultimate. But with that Blink, he will be able to close the distance with ease.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, we're in for a little bit of a slower game. At least it feels like that way right now. Maybe something changes in the next minutes. Mid lane Tusk should be dying to solo. Fuck, yeah. But at least the way I feel is both of these teams are happy with more or less just farming up. Naga just chilling on top lane. Same goes for the Pudge, waiting for the Ags.
Oh, nice Sunstrike. Very well done from Dual Rays. Level 12 already, but the Evoker's starting to get out there. Top lane, Smiling Knight. Does it get the Dismember off over towards the real Naga, so with the damage is starting to rack up, but once the illusions are out of the Riptide, you see Smiling Knight needs to respect that. He's going to be able to disengage accordingly. Ryota is in, though.
Puck
It's a good
coming.
shards to help kind of block over Triple S. Let's see if they're going to be able to read positioning, and yeah, well done from Monkushi. Guesses correctly, make sure he blocks off one of the avenues. And took him a while, but they'll get the kill. Meanwhile, Corrupted bottom lane with the Sunstrike again, another kill. These two heroes getting a lot of value with the usage of this global Sunstrike, and that is a wisdom that's stolen.
Yeah, the game is not as slow as maybe I have predicted it to be. Night Stalker is perhaps the biggest culprit of that. Like, he is the one making most of the plays. 6-2-2. Had a really good laning stage. Going for Midas, by the way. At least right now he has it queued up and he's got Gloves of Haste, so I suspect a Midas to be completed. I don't blame him, like, because at any given point, OneDub could just stop playing the map and just start farming around the Naga. And that's where Night Stalker does feel a little bit weak if he cannot get these pickoffs.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
How, with the current state of the game, unless something changes pretty drastically, with the Roche being something considered pretty shortly, do you think there's a side that's going to be favored a little bit more?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has
When it comes to Roche, you mean like who takes Roshan faster or better?
Yeah, just a fight around the pit.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Probably it's Avulus. Like, looking at the state of the game right now. They're in a pretty decent spot. Like, Pudge has Aghanims already. I think their big items are online before the ones of OneDub.
Down bottom, Centaur. Triple S, he's going to be initiated on with the pipe getting activated. Will mitigate some of the damage. It's a nice tornado, though. completely nullifying the value out of the Stampede. So triple S. It's going to be 5 heroes from AVULUS down bottom to slow down the descent, but they will guarantee the kill. Let's see what they want to do on the map afterwards now.
It's also like his build was what, the Helm of Dominator into a pipe. Like he's got some utility, but not quite enough just yet on the descent. He's, by the way, queuing up a blink.
Yeah, jump on Aztec. Well, actually, they're going to catch the puck. Oh, nice grave. Is he going to be able to get the orb away? It looks like Squad X is fine, so Ryan has done his job. But the supports are getting rent down. They're going to have a bit of a problem with the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker is still actually dying to puck. Ice Path into the Sunstrike. Squad X, they got him. Double kill for Dual Rays. Dazzle gets caught with the hook as well. But AVULUS are playing really well off the back of Dual Rays. I mean, he is having an exceptional game so far.
No, he's having a fantastic game, and they're just like combining all of their strengths and going ham. All of their heroes had a pretty good laning stage, and I think that's the biggest difference maker right now. Like, your Invoker did well mid, your top lane went really damn well for the Night Stalker, and the Pudge was never going to have a bad lane anyway. So, on the other side, it's basically you're waiting for the Naga. I feel like that one difference maker could have been the Naga lane, but it didn't go that well. So the Naga might even die here. Let's see, she has no mana.
Okay, steps away and very close. Dual Rays might still hunt him actually though.
He was in vision. I think they saw him. Yeah, they had a sentry.
Yeah, they did.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, well, Munkushi's...
Nice.
I don't even know, like, what are we expecting out of Munkushi in a game like this where you're gonna have quite a difficult time with the Pudge counter and some of the other things that AVULUS have.
He's not switching up his build. Like, his build is stock standard Naga build that I'm seeing in all of my games as well. It's like Manta Orchid into getting tankier, and that's it. Like, you can get a lot of solo pickoffs even with Naga like this. The problem is the tempo. I feel like the tempo just isn't correct this game. It's not fast enough. Pudge is gonna have the BKB already by the time you're online.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
We're gonna have to see. They are trying to make a play across the map here on Dire. It's gonna be 4 heroes that are swinging to the top. And meanwhile, bot in AVULUS, their eyes are set on this tier 1 tower. Now they will have Dire's heroes coming from behind them shortly. Munkushi though gets this song off. They're gonna stampede so everyone else can close the distance, and here comes the backstab. Imboka is gonna be the primary target. They've got to deal with the mid laner. They should be able to do so with ease. And now with the coil gives them an opportunity to stock in lane. Jakiro will try to TP out. He'll make it. And it looks like Tusk will
Die in the base.
inside the base, actually.
Yeah. It all comes down to the execution, of course, as well, right? Like, you can have a very strong team with, like, an item advantage, but if you don't execute properly, it's not gonna work. They initiated under a tier 1 tower, and the tornado didn't connect on the right Naga as well. It went on the illusion. A bit unfortunate for AVULUS.
Is under attack.
Pudge is actually gonna wait for them at the twin gate. But it's gonna be bottom, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, hang on. They're coming through. Wait, Smiling Knight's here. Where's everyone else on Radiant? Aztec was here, but can the Jakiro just pop his head out of the portal like that apparently? So really?
Pudge is a boss.
I mean, they're worried about Dire. You got the Cataclysm to offer some assistance. Finally, they'll kill the Jakiro. But the BKB's wasted on Smiling. Is this not a decent fight on Dire, especially when you get a coil like that from Squad X? With the BKB out on Pudge, they're going to be backing towards the middle, but the Flesh Heat will protect him. Snowball's good as well, but they've finally lost Smiling Knight. Ryota's going to be rent down as well. I mean, he tried to showcase that he could actually get the boys over the finish line in that team fight, that he could be the one, but they were just a little bit too far away to utilize that Pudge body at the start.
Two massive blunders Just absolutely massive ones. Night Stalker. Sir?
Ew, it's an insane attempt.
Dude, like this is looking like a tilt right now, if nothing else. Because first they fight without the Pudge, then Pudge sort of starts fighting without them. And now the Night Stalker goes in solo. Like, yeah, sure, he had vision. Like, he could have jumped in. He's Night Stalker. It's nighttime.
Dazzling death.
Yeah.
A dazzling death.
What's going on in the old chat?
They're just trolling one another.
Some harmless troll.
Yeah, just harmless. Pretty much. They've been tipping the Night Stalker the whole time as well, which wasn't very friendly, but yeah.
Stomped.
You called it
Stomped.
perfectly. By the way, that last fight, the BKB from Pudge, got used way too early because he was alone. He had to. Top lane Centaur.
That's it. Plus up the Stampede. Which, honestly, if he didn't use it, probably would have died considering how close Radiant actually were. Corrupted trying to get in range here, utilizing the nighttime vision and maybe see if he can get some stragglers. I'd not be able to do so. Roche is that big one we're currently looking at, though. 6,000 net worth lead for Dire. We'll see how they can get themselves set up around the area. Usually you would expect a Naga to be favored in a fight like.
Yeah, you gotta keep in mind a couple of things, of course. Midas is up on Invoker, so it is on Night Stalker. It's the new improved cooldown Midas. Eventually they do scale. This Night Stalker versus Naga, it's never like an amazing hero, unless you're doing for like some Radiance build, but overall it's really good versus everyone else this game. The moment he gets the BKB, he basically gets free to roam pass onto Dark Willow, onto the Dazzle and Puck.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay. Unsuccessful with this smoke. The worst thing in the world, though. Back out onto their side of the map. They're going to connect to top. Ryan will look to play behind Squad X. Meanwhile, Radiant kind of grouping up, maybe considering about doing something themselves. This game just slowing down a little bit. Either side getting ready for that Roshan. Trying to see if there's any items that are about to be completed. Getting close. Corrupted almost BKB. We're going to go back through the portal and dive. Who's down bottom currently? It's just Ryota, so not the biggest potential pick-off.
Is under attack.
Yeah, Naga is getting this pretty big power spike. Besides the heart that she just completed, she's going to have the Bloodthorn as well. A lot of damage. If you can get the Pudge on top of her, though, of course, with the Cataclysm, you can still take her down. Even through the heart, it's just becoming increasingly difficult. This will be a rush attempt from Dire, I think.
I was just gonna say, do you agree with the lower pace game that we're kind of seeing at the moment? Like everyone chilling out a little bit, or would you feel like someone should be a bit more proactive?
I feel like both teams believe in their late game potential, and that's why we are seeing this. early game I said the same thing, that we're in for a bit of a slower game, basically because of that. Like when you look at the two lineups, I could make a case for both teams late game to be really strong. Tusk.
This will start the ball rolling though from 1W. So Ryrota going down, tier 2 tower. You poke high ground, force reactions?
Perhaps, yeah. Puck is tipping top though, instead. This is a forced BKB most likely on Pudge.
And they'll get it off. And he'll be able to TP up. Okay, so they're gonna stick around top. What do they got? I mean, instantly you're gonna continue to shove this lane in. They're gonna smoke and maybe try and get to the triangle. See what the area they want to control. Have they got any wards as well to place down once they get this area of the map? None currently for them. Dual raise will run into Sweet and Strong, so the smoke's gonna pop.
The moment no one was showing on top lane, the moment no one was pushing top, I think the smoke play was pretty much obvious. So they have two tier 2s to take care of, the mid tier 2 and the top tier 2. With the Sages, those are the two obvious objectives. And I don't know, like you asked about the late game, I feel like if you don't have a control for this puck that's just taking down your Tusk as well, this hero is almost always like the ultimate late game carry, you know, it just scales incredibly well.
Finally.
Pudge? No
They're looking
BKB
for
on
more
him.
as well. See if they're going to be able to catch up to him with everyone else, though. Munkrushi's going to hold him into place. Dude, look at the Naga illusions. Oh my god, Munkrushi's going to use the song as well. And now Squad X is here. From bottom to top he goes, and Pudge is just... I mean, we're actually not even being able to see the value of this pick into the Naga. Is Naga just... Is his hero too strong with him? What's going on? I mean, the numbers look great. I'm surprised at how well they're playing into the Pudge.
I think the Pudge is just one item behind. Like, a Veil or being closer to Shiva's is definitely necessary. And it's also, Naga just got to hit him without him using Meat Shield or Dismembering. There's also that to take in account, of course, as well. Night Stalker with the Midas. Just completed his BKB, of course. It's fresh, it's unused.
Oh, man. I mean, Invoker's trying to solo kill with a Centaur, but that's never really going to work out. No way. A nice attempt with the Tornado. Almost even dies to the Forge Spirit right click as well, but... Meanwhile, your Naga illusion just reaping the base apart. This tier 3's gone. Range barracks is under half now as well.
Every fight that happens like this, suddenly after a minute, Naga has another item. Just the nature of the hero. Farms way too quickly. Farms 2 lanes at the same time, or a lane plus jungle.
Good gun. Try and lock down the defensive ice path. Triple S actually going to jump over the top. Now they do have the snowball. Smiling Knights wants to drop a defensive BKB, but the task unfortunately is going to be ran down. Munkrushy once again with a song. Now Smiling Knight is at least able to blink away, but you're going to lose both supports, and your base is still going to be under siege. I mean, nothing is really going to slow down W.
Still a minute on Aegis. It doesn't look like it's possible. Without the BKB on Pudge, taking this fight is... Yep. Whenever one of the heroes of AVULUS is ready, the other isn't. You know, like when Night Stalker is ready and their Pudge isn't. When Pudge is ready, Night Stalker is farming somewhere else. Or one of the supports is dead. Like it's... They got picked apart a little bit. This was... a bit of a skill diff. Puck mid. Still has Aegis for 15. Oh, Lotus on Pudge. Okay, that's the next step he goes for. I mean, Shivas versus Illusions, I believe, is not as good as it used to be, right? Like, it did get nerfed. Dismember, mid, wasted. Nice Stalker
The
is
Dark
going.
Ascension for the Vision as well. They're going to be able to see Ryan towards the back line. But the Pudge is in so much trouble, dude. Mukushi's starting to run down Smiling Knight. Song to just reset the team fight, give them an opportunity to be able to evaluate how they want to take the second half of it, because the Terrorize is going to connect onto 3. Meanwhile, the Illusions just kill off Smiling Knight. Jakiro's going to be next as well, but the Snowball helps the Invoke up, but it's just going to drag him further away from the base and continue to waste the BKB timing. And this Naga Siren, I mean, they thought they had answered it with the Budga, but that unfortunately was not enough. And this Naga, maybe it's something we're going to look forward to in some of the other games. Monkushi looked really good on the carry Naga.
No, I think the hero is strong.